Hello and welcome to another Foundry tutorial video, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the recent updates that made Warhammer for Foundry even better and more awesome than it already was, and I'm going to demonstrate the dual wielding in an opposed combat. Before the updates it didn't work really as it should, but it has been fixed since, so I can now show it to you. I'm not going to be showing and talking about all the updates. You can find them on the Foundry website. Just the ones that I think are the most convenient things, the most handy things. And yep, let's get started. First thing is experience. There's some things that are changed about that. First thing is, let's bring up Erg, his character sheet, and let's give him some experience. He has 1200 now, so let's make it 1300. There we go. It will ask, what is the reason for this experience change? Well, let's say exceptional role playing. Whatever you convert. So now Erg received 100 points of experience for exceptional role-playing. Where does this go? Where is it noted? Well, besides the fact that the experience points are noted here, if you go to notes, you will see 100 points for exceptional role-playing. Cool. There's other things that you can do with experience now. You can go to the chat, type /exp 50 for saving the damsel, because damsels always need saving. And it will prompt a message box which the players can press, and they will receive 50 experience. One thing to note is that if they do, I will show you. So Siegfried is going to press this now. Siegfried received 50 experience for saving the damsel, but we can click it multiple times and he will receive it multiple times, but he cannot really cheat because it is recorded every time. So you as a GM can then say, well, you clicked it multiple times, you tried to cheat, so there we go. Cheating! And now he's at 0 again. So it can be exploited, but it's easily controlled, easily checked. No real biggie there. It will, this message, saving the damsel, whatever you put behind the number of XP, whatever you put there, that's what the message will be. Now let's say Erg here, he wants to spend some experience because he's a good boy and he did some good role playing, and he spends some experience on his toughness. It will prompt a message, spend 25 experience points on toughness. And also, of course, it will say it in the notes, you spend 25 on toughness. Also, if you deduct them again by right clicking, it will prompt this message and it will record it in the log. There we go. Another very convenient thing you can do as a GM with this new experience command, so to speak, is you can go to your journal notes, and let's say you have a side quest, goblin trouble. There's a goblin in the woods around town. The local bailiff has awarded 10 shillings to whomever can bring him the goblin's head. And then it will say the party killed or chased away the goblin. If you click this, it will prompt experience award message. How does it work? Very simple. Add XP and then brackets 50, and then this message here is what will appear here. And then I think these things are called colons, and this message is what will be shown in your GM log. So this is with the message. Now the party has indeed chased away the goblin or killed the goblin, so now I can just click this and there it is, experience award, defeat the goblin. Again, the players can click this and receive the 50 experience. Do note again that they can click it several times, but again it is recorded in their notes, so you can see if they've been cheating or not. Another thing that has been streamlined, let's clear the chat log for a minute. Streamlined is tables. We already had the Warhammer tables. If you click here you get the tables, but now they're all already here. And you can just click one and it will roll it. Now it might be so that you would want to pick a result rather than roll for it. Just right click on it and it will give the table, and you can just click it and it will be the thing you clicked. You can have this visible to players, show or hide. You can do all kinds of things. You can make it public or private or anything, or you can just roll as normal. Another thing with the tables is your custom tables. They have added another option. If you right click it you get these options, and it has the convert to Warhammer table. It will put it in a certain place in your Foundry data. If you go to your taskbar, the Foundry icon when you're running it, right click, browse user data, go to data, go to worlds, go to the world you're in, and then there is by default no tables folder, so you have to create the tables folder. And if you have done that you can click convert to Warhammer table and it will put a JSON file there. What this does, you might have to restart Foundry if you've done that, but it will put the thing you did here, random encounters, that's the one. I can just click it from here. But the most convenient thing is I can now table random encounter. You can now type it as a chat command, and that means that you can create a macro random encounter, save macro, and you can roll it from the macro bar. Sometimes it's just more convenient than going through the tabs and the tables. You can just quickly roll it from there. Another thing that has been added that can also put in the macro bar, because it's also a very convenient command, is travel. What this does is give you some cities, and then you can pick a starting point and a destination, and it will give you the traveling time and distance and the dangers on the road from city to city. You cannot pick any two cities. As far as I am aware, you can only pick known routes from destination to destination. So let's say I'm picking Altdorf, then these are the destinations I can go to from Altdorf. So I'm picking Ubersreich, and from Altdorf to Ubersreich I'm traveling by river. It's 338 miles by boat, 6 days, danger is low. Now let's say I'm traveling from Blackfire Pass, Grenstadt. From Altdorf to Grenstadt. So you can just, it remembers your first picked departure town, and from there you can set the destination. But if I pick Grenstad as a starting town, it will only give me a few destinations, because apparently from Grenstad there's only these destinations you can travel to. Let's say I'm traveling to Averheim. From Grenstad to Averheim, 298 miles, 89 miles with coach, with a heavy horse, with a fast horse, or by feet. So that's a nice option that's been added. Let's flush this again. There we go. Now, opposed testing and then with a dual wield. Let's say Seyfried and Bob are in combat. Oop, there we go. Are they in combat? Yes, they are in combat. Roll initiative. And of course Bob goes first, but we'll just skip him for now. The dual wielding talent isn't very complicated, but there are some steps you have to do in certain order, and if you're not careful and miss one, it will not work properly. So let's switch to Seyfried. There we go. Seyfried is attacking Bob. He's targeting him. Targeting is very important since the update, because there's a number of things that just won't work properly if your player doesn't have his targeted properly. So be sure to instruct them. So Seyfried has targeted Bob. Just making sure it's his turn. Yes, it's his turn. Oh, there we go. Seyfried has targeted Bob. He is attacking with his super awesome sword, and he has his dagger prick in his offhand. Make sure this is ticked in his offhand. And now he's attacking with his super awesome sword. And here's the first step. You have to tick the box dual wielding. And we roll. And he rolls a 23 versus an 81, which is a success. And because this is a success, it's below his melee skill. The second weapons test is automatically calculated here. He rolled a 23, so the next one will be a 32. If I rolled an 86, for instance, above the 81, this box will not appear. But I gave him a particularly high melee skill, so this example would work. Now, first we handle the first attack, and also new is I can, as a GM, now click this portrait to bring up Bob's stats, and I can have him dodge or unarmed, whatever. I just want to make sure Seyfried wins. I'm going to make this very hard. Roll. Seyfried won against Bob by 13 success levels. Now, how to make sure that the dual wielding works properly? First thing to note is you'll see this icon appear here, and if I go to effects, you will see the dual wielder is now in effect. Just as a note, it doesn't really do anything for you as player, but it's just a notification. What do I have to do as a player? Well, first thing, I have to target Bob, and then here's my initial roll. Here's the dual wield roll automatically generated with a 32 instead of a 23. And now I can go to this little icon here, right click it, and here it says opposed with targets. Now if I do not target him and I click here, I cannot select the dual wield option, the oppose with targets. So the player will have to target the thing they want to attack. Right click, oppose with target, and we will start a new oppose test. And then Bob can defend again, roll, and he won. And then I can apply damage, of course, as usual. So that's how opposed testing works. This icon will remain, but If I go to the next player and come back to Seifried, at the start of his turn it is reset again. So if Seifried wants to attack again, he targets Bob. Oh, brings up his sheet. Super awesome sword. He has to tick the dual wielding box again. There we go. Very good. 81 just made it. Now let's see how this plays out. Bob, the necromancer, defends, and he won with an 11. Wow. And now he targets him again. He still has a second attack. Both with targets. There we go. And Bob defends. And Seifried won. One thing to note is, we go to Seifried, combat. He now has 0 advantage because he lost the first one, but he won the second opposed test. He lost this one and he won this one. If you are dual wielding, you only get advantage if you win both tests. So I forgot to check, but in the first combat we did, he won both of them, so he would have gained an advantage. There we go, and it is reset again. You can also do end combat, and this end, yes, there we go. It pops up all kind of messages, very convenient. There we go. And it gives you a notification that he has dual wielder, and you can click this. That's it for now. The next video will be about the Death on the Reich module that has just been released, as well as some other modules that you can find on the Foundry website that come in quite handy. It will be a review of sorts. So until next time, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you later.